Hello and welcome to Silver Star Guidance YouTube channel. This is going to be the first in a series of videos I'm doing. This is a new channel, so first readings for November 2018. This will be for those born under the energy of Leo. Whoa. Yeah. Okay, so I've already shuffled and cleared the deck. A lot of strong energy coming out for Leo today too. Ooh. Is that trying to slip out there? What was that? Nice seeing you. Yeah. Trying to move away from a lot of strife and stress at the moment, perhaps. Get away from some of the worries, but you seem to be taking some of those worries with you. But I think seem to be in a stable place from what I'm getting. So let's see what we have for Leo. No, actually not supposed to be. It does come out again. I'll put it down. Yep, just come out again. There you go. I just like to be sure with these things. Right. Okay. So messages for Leo, November 2018. Too many. That one though, it's supposed to be. Yeah. Oop. Yeah, a lot of major arcana through the last few readings I've done, so it seems to be a pretty common theme. Anything else for Leo? One. Leo for November 2018. Now October's been a very difficult month for a lot of people, so a lot of it seems to be, some of it's carrying on into November. Somehow I feel though, I think during the course of this month things are going to start turning around, at least towards the end of the month. Yeah. Okay. Bit battered and bruised. So we've got, with the overall energy being the Nine of Wands, so this is a point where you've pretty much fought, you've sort of fought the battles, and I don't know if it can be sort of, being a general reading, it's hard to say, but I feel like it's just an overall sense. It's like a lot of, like, you feel defeat, maybe not personally, maybe just see it around you, but there's been a lot of battles fought already. Trying to move away from a lot of these things, you know, some of these thoughts you've been having, some of the experiences you've been having haven't been quite all that great. It's also pertaining to a sense of balance. It's important to keep balanced with the, what I'm seeing here is there's a lack of, using intuition, so to speak, not seeing what, not wanting to see what's, how can I say it, how can I put that into words? It's like, there's more to be seen, there's more that you don't know, but you're not allowing yourself to sort of, you don't want to sort of search it out, I suppose. It's like you don't want to use your intuition, you just sort of want to go through with a more, being a Leo, very fiery energy, and the elementals, it's the King of Wands energy, being the fixed sign. So there's also a sense of here with the Seven of Wands. It's like, yeah, it's like you've been fighting a battle, but it's like you're turning. It's like, yeah, you've turned around and gone, this is going to possibly cost me more than what I expected it to. It's like going about things, putting too much energy into it without thinking about it first, and sort of it feels like it's been a big error in a lot of ways. Yeah, it's like it's not only hurt whoever you've been fighting with or people you've been fighting with, but it's actually it could come back on you in a lot of ways, it seems, and you're starting to realize that it's like misuse of power in a sort of sense. The Queen of Wands, though, it is sort of, you are trying to come back into that grounded self of yours, where you have the, coming back into that fiery energy, coming back into that sense of control, but not trying not to overwield it, like say with the king in a full sense of power. You're trying to sort of withhold a bit and sort of being a bit more, I guess, possibly learning from mistakes and trying to keep more balanced. It's sort of the queen energy rather than the king, but it's also, it's not seeing things through intuition, and just sort of seeing things through, you want to just go for it, with passion and just, that drive, and just sort of smash your way through things. But you sort of, you gotta, it's like you've tried to think with your head and that sort of backfired on you, and you're looking at trying to go through and back into your position of power and go through with passion in the sense of force, but that's not going to work if you're not going to try and think with your heart more, because it's actually taking away that power from you by trying to do things too forcefully. It's actually weakening you more than it's strengthening, going against you in a lot of ways. It's creating instability. It's also, you're not willing to put the work into it. It's like it's been a succession of things where you just sort of you're giving up on on possibly on projects or things you've been working on, and just sort of going the hell with it. I don't want to put the time and effort into it anymore, and it's causing conflict, between yourself and other people. Possibly it's some of this coming back, with the seven energy. It is, regarding with self-reflection, looking back. But I think some of this is going to start catching up with you towards the end of the month. But the good thing is here, at least with the King of Cups energy, this is all about stability with emotions and really trying to ground yourself emotionally, which is, as I was saying with the High Priestess here in reverse, it's not using your intuition or not going from that place of your heart is what was sort of making things worse, and it's brought you only more conflict. And I think this is more a time of where you're coming back and starting to see that, to try and reflect and try and balance things out emotionally in your life, rather than just sort of just using your head or just trying to go for things forcefully, because it actually puts you in the opposite position. It's actually done more harm than good in a lot of ways. So as you can see here, and Justice card is basically saying, this is something that you need to keep balanced, your head and your heart sort of thing. And from what it's showing is basically towards the end of the month, you're actually going to start seeing this, the whole picture for what it is, and you're going to start finding that balance and that control, and in a good, it's going to make you quite strong, stronger than what you were before, basically, from what I can see. It's having like the power of the Queen energy here of Wands, and the power of the King of Cups energy here. So you'll be able to go through, possibly go back to these projects that you've possibly started or been working on, creative projects, and try and turn them back around, put more effort into it, but doing it more with heart than just sort of looking at, like, let's say if you're an artist, for example, it's like concentrating too much on the specific colors you're trying to mix, rather than just putting brush to paper, and doing it more intuitively, more as just willing to make mistakes, so to speak, and sort of rather than trying to be too specific. And I think towards the end of the month, it's actually there's some conflicts that you're going to need to go through, because there's some stuff that's going to be catching up with you, it seems. You're trying to run away from it, but it's not going to let you, like, the universe is going sort of, no, it's like, this is something that's, you've caused this to happen, and it's sort of karmic that's coming back, and it will cause conflict, but it's going to, it's a good thing. It's basically going to help you see this as a whole, and basically you're going to be a lot more balanced emotionally. And I think you've had enough of this stuff. There's been going a lot of this sort of stuff been going on sort of lately. A lot of conflicts been going on. Don't worry, you're not the only one. Yeah, it's been a tough time. October was pretty rough. November's sort of, there's going to be a lot of coming out of these things, but there's a lot of karmic energy, it seems like, with November. So it's basically what you're putting out there is what you're coming back with. So it's not going to be all bad. It's like you're going to be centering yourself in a certain aspect of your own energy, of your own passions, and trying to how do you say, it's like be more, not reserved, it's not the right word, but not sedate, how can I say it, it's more relaxed in your approach, I suppose. It's like you have a lot of energy and a lot of strive and a lot of passion, but you're sort of going to, because it's not going to work trying to just do things forcefully. You're going to do things, you'll start to see and start to balance out your fiery energy with your, the heart energy, so to speak. So I think it's going to end up being quite balanced for you by the end of the month. But there are a few things yet that are unresolved, so I don't think it's going to be to do with anyone in particular, really, from what I can see. It might do, but I think it seems I'm getting it's more for the self and not to do with someone else specifically. It's more like a group of other people that you're dealing with, it seems to me. At least that's what I'm getting. It might be, it might give you the strength to come back to something that you've been working on, that perhaps that it was causing, it might have been conflict, like maybe you haven't had time to work on these sorts of things that you've wanted to work on, and other people have been getting in your way, and it's sort of causing conflict. But that's also from, what's happened in the past as well. But you're going to come through a lot more balanced in the end, towards the end of the month, and going forward into December, I think that's going to be a very positive thing. Okay, Leo, well, I hope you enjoyed your reading. If you did, be sure to like and subscribe. As I say, it is a new channel, and I will be coming through with some love and relationship readings in the next couple of days, hopefully, and be continuing on from there. Until then, take care.